It's a nice place.
How do you view that performance and results?
Going 2 times behind against a very strong and good Arsenal team, then to get a point is pleasing to see, especially because we had to play an away game in Europe this week. We had 1 day less to recover and to prepare, and then to go 2 times behind with the fans being so loud. And us coming back so strong the second half, because I think we deserve to be 2-1 down or 1 goal down at halftime. Then it's very pleasing to see that we had the energy and that we were so strong to fight ourselves back in the game the second half. Also because the ones that came in did really good, but also that we were physically really strong today.
It was another milestone for Mo, wasn't it? Sort of in Premier League goal terms. I mean, he's finishing his prolific nature and finishing in front of goal is just remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not only all. It's also that he's also available for us as well, and that's, I think, one of the things that top players have, that they are always available and they show up in the big games. And I think today was a big game for us again, just like last week against Chelsea, where he showed up with a goal and assist also. So. Yeah, that's also what you need if you are a big club like we are and like Arsenal is. Then you need these quality players, because if you don't have them, it's going to be quite difficult to get your results. So it's something you need to have as a club, to have these players that can make the difference for you. And Mo was that today offensively. Although I think we have to give credits to Darwin and to Trent as well in that goal. But for me, the one that stood out today was. And that's a question. He was also very good, but I think Konate was also very good for us today. So he doesn't always get the attention he deserves, in my opinion. He's asking to be the man of the match all the time. But he's coming closer and closer and closer to achieve that, because I think he had a great performance today as well.
John,
Hi, just wondering whether you think your team are title contenders after that performance, coming back against Arsenal.
Where we are?
Title contenders.
Oh, I know you guys like to talk about title contenders and where we are exactly in the league, and that's also part of your job. The only thing I look at is can you get a result in a difficult away game as this one. And the way we did it pleased me a lot, and we're only 9 or 10 games into the season. But to see that we can compete with such a strong Arsenal team in their stadium, that is very pleasing to see. But where that exactly will lead towards the end of the season, I cannot tell you yet.
You mentioned Konate, and he's obviously had a bit of a trick. He's had an injury during his Liverpool career so far. Obviously this season he's playing 3 games nearly every week. Have you done anything differently to sort of make sure that he's staying fit?
That I cannot tell you, because I wasn't there last season. So the only thing I know is that these players, from the moment I stepped in, put a lot of effort in themselves to stay fit. And I said it many times, our performance staff and medical staff is one of the best in the world, which is normal if you're in Liverpool, because one of the best clubs in the world. They should have a very good performance and medical staff, and that's also what we have. But the main thing is that the players buy into it, because they have to do the work and they have to recover and they have to go into ice bath and all these things we are asking from them to be prepared in the best possible way. And that's till this moment what Ibu has done, and what the program we offer them has maybe helped him a bit as well. But in the end, it's always about the players. They have to do the effort to stay available.
James.
What you make of Darwin Nunez has played today? He was able to come very deep first half to get involved, but the fact he played a part in the equaliser, does that show the value of keeping him on, and the fact that he just keeps on going?
Yeah. The last thing is also the reason why I keep him on, because if you just keep on going, I see you're fit enough to keep competing. And that compared to Ibu, not compared, but also after speaking about Ibu, that is what almost surprised me because Darwin hasn't played that much yet. And then to play 3 games in a row with the difficult fixtures we had and away like in Europe, and then to be so fit in the end of the game. You know, I took Curtis off against Leipzig because that was where I was a bit afraid of. Is he ready to play 2 in a row? But with Darwin, in my opinion, I have no choice because he's the only available striker at the moment. For him to see how hard he worked was really pleasing. Yes, he had to play deep the first half, but that had not so much to do with the game plan, but with the quality of Arsenal in the first half, because they dominated us without creating that many chances. Though they also needed set pieces for the second goal and also to threaten us. Where the first goal was, of course, a great individual quality of Saka.
Well,
What was the message at that time? Because it was a lot better in the second half. You had to sort of put a lot of pressure in it.
The thing is, if you face Arsenal with a manager that's working here for 4 or 5 years, and he has done an incredible job over here because his team can play in so many different setups. So they always play 4-3-3, but the way they position themselves is they can do this in, I think he said it once himself, 40 different setups. I don't know what he exactly said, but in many different setups. So you prepare a game plan, you expect something, but you cannot tell your players 40 different options. So you try to prepare them in the best possible way. But now they played with a false 9, which they do maybe more often, but they didn't come that many times with a fullback inside, so they didn't. Let it go. So we could prepare them at halftime a bit better for what we saw the first half. We took some more risk, but I think the main thing was that we just put more energy into it. We pressed them more aggressive from the start, and then I saw also that we could keep going where they had to take a few of their quality players off as well because they couldn't go on, and maybe that helped us in the end a bit as well. Where last time I said, I just take it over now, but last time I said I completely deserved the yellow card. This time I don't think I did it, because I said after so many times that they were on the floor, which can happen in football, I don't blame them for that, but they always fell down after they had ball possession, and that took the energy out of the game, in my opinion. And I said to Ibu, this is a fucking joke. And the fourth official thought that I said to him, you are a fucking joke. So that's definitely not what I said. But I got a yellow for that, so now I'm on 2. So that I have to be careful now. Sorry?
Can I just ask, is there a sense of kind of belief or a growth that the team can take and garner from the circumstances of that performance, going behind twice, but then also coming back?
Yeah, but I think you also take belief from winning away at Wolves or winning away at Crystal Palace in the way we did. So you especially if you get a result, you always take the positives from this. And last week we had to defend really hard to take the 2-1 lead, to keep the 2-1 lead. And today we had to fight really hard to fight ourselves back into the game. And that shows for me a great mentality, because I think most Arsenal fans at halftime would have felt, this will probably lead to a win for us. And then if you show, if you then saw the second half mentality and the second half performance of us, that all these things you take with you to the upcoming difficult fixture list, which is still what we have. But I think this is what every Premier League club has.
Last one here.
How important was it to stay calm in this fury atmosphere, and also to wait a little bit for Arsenal to get tired in the second half?
I don't know if Arsenal got tired. That's a question you don't have to ask to me. The only thing I saw is that we were pushing the second half a lot. That can also have to do with the score, because the last week we had to defend a 2-1 lead, and Chelsea were more pushing than we did. But in the end, it was good for me to see that we were able to do so, because I said in the beginning of the press conference already, we had to play in away leg in Europe against Leipzig, with traveling, with 1 day less to recover. So then you're not always sure if you're able to come back into the game, especially because they have the fans, and the fans give you a lot of energy as well. So that's why we all prefer a home game, because the fans can help you in difficult moments, or can help you to get the energy if you are a bit out of energy. And we had our away fans, which were loud as well. So maybe that combination helped us to get the second half performance as we had.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.